7:52, we have a special two guests for you this morning, and it's all about someone we recognize. He's the most celebrated rock star of our time, Elvis Presley, and now a new book on the King, now about to be made into a movie.
That's right. The authors joining us this morning with their book, Saving the King. Please welcome George and Christine Gomez.
Yeah.
Good morning to you both.
Hi, good morning.
You guys are traveling from far places to get here, so we thank you for joining us.
Sure.
Tell us about the inspiration about this book. I mean, Saving the King, we clearly know it's about Elvis Presley.
Okay, I'm originally from Nashville. I was 16 when he died, and we were in shock. Back then, they didn't have 24-hour cable. They didn't have cell phones. And so when he died, we were just the millions of fans. We just didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
We didn't. Only the inner circles knew about his addictions and his afflictions. So I wanted to come up with a different ending. What if, with a divine intervention, God gave Elvis a second chance at life, and to defeat his demons of addiction?
Interesting.
And so we have this young boy who grows up very wealthy, and things happen to save the king.
Wow.
So you've been working on it since then?
We wrote a screenplay. No, I thought about it for 35 years, and so I moved to San Francisco, and then I was going to go back to Nashville, but then I got sidetracked. I got married.
Hi, Christine.
I'm the sidetrack.
Nice sidetrack.
That's me.
Yeah. And so then I'm staying there, and then we wrote a screenplay. I was telling her about the story, and she said, hey, let's just write it down. So we wrote a screenplay first, and then we were approached by a publisher, and we wrote the book based on the screenplay, so it's backwards a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And things are going really good. We have a producer that's securing the funding and the music rights, and we should be in pre-production pretty soon.
Exciting.
How much investigating did you do? Did you interview people to get things in this book? How much of it is factual, and how much of it is kind of your thoughts going into it?
It's a fictional book?
Christine, yes. Christine will know a lot about the research.
Well, there was quite a bit of research done online, and George is a lifelong Elvis fan, and he's done a lot of reading, and so I was able to just pull on that information to get some of the factual stuff in the book. But there's a mixture of fiction and fact, and a lot of what we put in there was based on Elvis's persona and what people know of him, and his kind-hearted nature, and just his personality. So there is a mixture of fiction and fact, and most of it is coming from a lifelong Elvis fan, like I said.
Yeah, of course.
That's interesting. And you know, George, you have a nursing degree from Tennessee State. So
Right.
I think for you, was it interesting to kind of delve into the addiction part of Elvis and those, I guess, demons that he was battling with?
I've worked 33 years as a registered nurse in psychiatric, all psychiatric. So I worked 15 years in the drug rehab. So I know a lot about that.
Right.
So I explained a lot. I went into detail of what someone would go through, of going through detox, of doing what he did for 20 years. And it was just a shame. It was just one of the saddest stories, what happened to him. But it was due to a lot of stuff that happened after his mother died.
Right.
And so I wanted to come up something. How can we save this guy? How can someone save him? And there's millions of fans that are feeling the same way I do. And I got a lot of followers on Twitter, and they're saying, yes, please do this. Let's do a movie with it.
So it started as a screenplay, then became the book. Now we're back at the screenplay. It's going to be a Hollywood film. It's in production right now?
It's in pre-production.
Pre-production,
yes.
okay.
The producer just came back from the Sundance Film Festival, and he's talked to a lot of people. He's securing the funds, and we're talking to some actors. He told me don't mention their names right now until they sign, and I think it'll be fantastic.
Because there's no major movie made about Elvis, is there, that I can recall?
Well, the last one was, I think, in 2005. It was, and you know, it's about his life.
Right.
And they talk about his addictions, but they don't delve too much into it.
So is this a good ending for Elvis, or what are we gonna walk away with after this film? You know, are we just gonna miss him more?
Well, read the book. I got you a book.
Great.
Read the book. You'll love the ending. It's a little different than you think.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
George and Christine Gomez, thank you so much for joining us.
Sure.
Their book, Saving the King,
Yeah.
in the process of possibly becoming a movie.
Can't wait to see it.
Oh, sure.
Tony and I have to catch up and read it.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you'll
thank
love
you
it.
for
Well,
joining
thank you.
us. We
Thank
hope
you
you have a
very
nice
much.
tour around the states that you're going to.
All right.
Get the book Saving the King or look out for the movie. Thanks so much for waking up with us here on Fox 11. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
We leave you with this live look down on Bourbon Street. Have a happy Tuesday.